Hey friends, this is Jordan with O & Co Games. At least that's the introduction I would give if I were making like one of the normal videos that I normally edit. But today I'm just going to talk to the camera. To anybody who's new to the channel, we are working on a precision platformer called Tethergeist. We've put thousands of hours into it to make sure the game feels just right, to make sure the mechanics are fun. If this looks like your kind of game, feel free to use the link below to go wishlist it on Steam, and we have a demo over there as well. Anyway, we have a lot of really exciting things going on. We have PAX West coming up at the end of the month. We did PAX West last year and it was an absolute blast. We got to meet some incredible people like Noel, who was one of the co-creators of Celeste. We met Donkey, we met the creator of Animal Well, Billy Basso. Anyway, PAX West was really fun last year. We're going this year as well, and we'll be showcasing Tethergeist there. So if you're gonna be at PAX West, come say hi. We are also going to be exhibiting Tethergeist at FanX, which is a convention here in Salt Lake, close to where our company is based. FanX is generally more for like not video games, but they let us in and told us that we could totally showcase our demo there. So that could be a really fun opportunity just to, I don't know, be involved in a local convention that is still pretty big. Another announcement that we have is that we have finally selected a marketing agency. So for anybody who's been following along, we got funding from Almost Ready Games Fund, and they helped us find a bunch of different marketing agencies that we might be able to work with. We interviewed a ton of them. We went through a huge vetting process and we finally selected one. I'm gonna circle up with the team first before I announce publicly precisely which marketing agency we're going with, but suffice it to say, they are fantastic. They have a really good track record, and we're just like over the moon that they see the potential in Tethergeist and that they're super excited to work with us. So anyway, more news on that coming very soon. And arguably the biggest bit of news that I have to share with you guys, and the reason this video is titled the way it is that I am a new dad. Again, this is my third kid. So we just had our baby a couple months ago, and naturally newborn babies come with a lot of sleep deprivation, but it's a two-edged sword because I also got paternity leave, and as healthy or unhealthy this might be, of course I took a good chunk of paternity leave to work on Tethergeist. We actually had a nice little sort of agreement, my newborn and I would take him in the evenings from 10 o'clock until about 2 or 3 in the morning. He'd hang out here with me in the office. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like a little changing table thing going on back there. Anyway, he would, you know, be in and out of sleep for those 4 to 5 hours, but I was able to work late into the evening on video game development, and I didn't have to feel like too frustrated if he woke up and like needed a bottle or something because I was already awake. It's not like he was waking me up. So I actually ended up getting like a ton of stuff done during paternity leave. So anyway, that was fantastic. But that also means that paternity leave, now that it's been a couple months, is over and I'm back to my full-time job. So there's a lot going on, right? We have the marketing agency that we signed up with. We have our incredible friends over at the Almost Ready Games Fund that we're working with. We have tons of development happening. We have a tighter timeline on Tethergeist. We have to deliver by a specific time frame. And now I'm back to my full-time job. So I'm really tired, guys. I'm really tired. But it's not like a sad tired, if that makes sense. I'm happy. I'm doing a lot of things that I love to do. I love my day job. It's really fun. I work as a user experience researcher, and that job is super fulfilling in its own right. But I'm also putting in at least 20 hours, if not more, into developing Tethergeist. Oftentimes it's closer to like 30 hours a week on that. And then of course like Saturdays and Saturday evenings. Anyway, lots of work. And then, you know, my most favorite thing, spending time with family. Paternity leave was very special for that. But whatever the case is, I'm tired, and it's a good tired, and I'm still trucking along. We're not at all slowing down on development either. So it's I don't know, it's in that space of like enjoying the grind where it's better to be busy than bored, I guess. And I'm doing the stuff I love. Anyway, those are like our big kind of company level updates, but I figure I should also talk about some of the development progress that we've made on Tethergeist, like I normally do in the devlogs. One of the biggest things that we achieved over the last couple of months is getting all of our cinematics in place. Noah has been working countless hours making sure that the cinematics are coming in correctly, all of the different cutscenes that are happening. They're gorgeous, they're incredible. Every time I look at Noah's pixel art, I'm just blown away by how lifelike they are and how immersive they feel. So I'm really, really excited about how the cinematics are coming along. So with that in tandem, we've created like our internal version of an alpha build where we can play through Tethergeist in its entirety, start to finish, and we can, you know, see all of the cutscenes and how the pacing is going to work so that we can make sure that the story flows the way we want it to. So it's really exciting seeing Tethergeist getting to this version of completion. Now, naturally, like, we don't have the artwork in for everything and there's a lot of wireframes, but it's start to finish, you can play the whole thing. It's scrappy, but it's a very good point for us as a team to be able to see how the entire game is going to flow. And in that same light, wireframes are getting really, really close in each and every chapter. I'd say the first pass at wireframes is about 90%. I think I've got 10% left to wireframe all of the level designs. And in tandem with that, many of you who are on our playtest email list have been seeing me just blasting out tons of playtests. So while I've finished 90% of the wireframes, I would say maybe like 30% of them are like fully playtested, and then maybe an additional like 30% have at least been through one round of playtesting and are in the iterative process of like refining and changing the levels and stuff. So anyway, that's been huge on our plate, and it's been really wonderful to like get really far in that process too. The game is really starting to take shape. The other thing that we've noticed a lot in our playtests, and this kind of comes as no surprise, is that people really love hunting down our secret red Atropa blossoms. And so that is something that I will also start wireframing. The process that we generally take is I'll create kind of the happy path, right? The story path, the levels that every player is going to have to complete to be able to finish Tethergeist. And then once that's in place, I create all the little side secret rooms and all the different places that the Atropa blossoms are going to be hidden. So there's going to be a lot in the game, and I think it's a core part of the experience. It's one of the parts of Tethergeist that make it really fun, is looking for all of these red Atropas, and they're important to the story. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. Other parts of our development that have been going extremely well, we have implemented a lot of new critters. This is another part of Noah's artwork that I'm just blown away by. The critters are so cute. And my wife, every time she looks over my shoulder when I'm working on them, can't help but just grin and smile and say, you got to tell Noah how much these animals are just like how cute they are. Anyway, they're still coming along, but we built a lot of them in preparation, not only for the final game, but for PAX, because we're going to be showcasing a lot of new mechanics at PAX, a lot of new biomes where there will be a lot of new animals. And so we wanted to be able to, you know, implement some of those animals in the build as well, because as we've seen and as we personally feel, the animals are a big part of Tethergeist. People love them, we love them, and we wanted to make sure that we were putting a good foot forward at PAX. So we expedited that, and the animals are really coming along nicely. And the last thing that I want to point out in our development is these spirit eaters. They're these creepy dudes. We'll explain a little bit how they fit into the story. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to explain how they fit into the story. You're going to discover that when you go play the game. But they're creepy. They try to eat your spirit, and they wander around. They are kind of in a state of stupor until the spirit comes out. Then they get hungry and they kind of chase you down. And then we also have like this benevolent spirit eater thing that's more like a mushroom bouncy thing, and he'll follow the spirit around, but just kind of pause underneath you so you can like bounce on him. Anyway, obviously we have like hundreds of other mechanics that I'm not talking about here, but anyway, I'm rambling at this point. Anyway, that'll about do it for this video. I don't commonly pull the camera out, so I figure I can end this video, I don't know, showing my dog. She's big. Oh, this is Juno. I think she's about 90 pounds. She's my office buddy. She's usually laying on the floor in here. She kind of likes snuggles, but like, she also just puts up with me when I pick her up because she's more uncomfortable than I am. Oh.